Hello everybody, my name is Sarah Jagbe. If this is your first time seeing me on your screen, you're welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming. You're the real MVP. So today's video is about eyebrow. This is a step-by-step tutorial on how to draw your brows in 2020. Yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. To draw your brows, here are the things that you will need to draw your brows. First, you need a flat angled brush to draw your brows. You need a flat angled brush. Spoolie, it is called a spoolie or a mascara wand to draw your brows. You need a fluffy blending brush, a big round fluffy blending brush. You need a brow pencil, of course, a brow pencil. You need a mattifier. You need concealer or foundation, and also you need setting powder if maybe. So let's get right into it. First, you prime your brows if you want to start. That's the first step to your brows. You prime your brows. You take mattifier. This process is necessary to blot out oil from your eyebrow. So any oil that your eyebrow is going to produce is already locked out. So as to give you a clean and long-lasting brows, you want your eyebrow to stay all day. So you can't afford to skip this process, this step. Also, the next step is using your setting powder. This is optional. It's not everybody that likes to do this, but you can use the setting powder on it, just to make sure that there is no oil coming from anywhere whatsoever. After setting the brows and doing this, we move over to drawing our brows. So the first thing is to brush out your hair and brush them in place. After doing this, you bring out your pencil. Please note that your pencil must be sharp at all times. Your pencil has to be sharp. So once you have your sharpened pencil, you then outline your brow shape. This process is called outlining. You outline your brow shape like this, lightly, gently. You start with the lower part, then you move to the upper part. So that you are okay with the shape that you've outlined. Once you are okay with the shape that you've outlined, you fill in sparse areas. You fill in places that do not have hair at all. You do it gently and lightly so as not to have a very thick and dark brows. Then we move to the other side.
I'm gonna do what I want, do what I like. Can't box me in, I'ma cross that line. Do what I want, do what I like. Do what I want. Are you down?
There is one thing you need to know about your eyebrow. The eyebrow starts from here. The arc is always somewhere around here. When you use your brush and you go diagonally, then the eyebrow ends here. Using your brush, parallel or adjacent, I don't know which one it is, I'm not good in geometry, to your lower lash line, then maybe I think it's adjacent to your lower lash line, then you do this. That's how you know where to stop your brow, where your arc will be, and where your brow will start from. Once you are done with your brows and you like the shape that you get and you are okay with what you have, you go ahead with what is called cleaning or highlighting of your brows with either foundation or concealer. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using my BM Pro foundation. I'm going to be using my BM Pro foundation in the shade Egypt as my highlighting shade, and your highlighting shade has to be 2 to 3 times lighter than your normal shade. That's what we use to highlight, and I highlight only the brow bone area of my eyebrow. So I take my angled brush, I take some part of the concealer or foundation. This is the foundation. So after this, once I'm satisfied, I take some, then I come to my brow bone area. I personally do not use the old bright shade under my brows. I just do my brow bone area only, and I leave it like that. To the other side, here is one trick. If you don't understand your brows and you don't understand how to do it, and you are not very perfect with it, I advise that you do them simultaneously and not do one before one. I advise that you do your brows simultaneously, so that way you can be correcting it as it goes, and not that you have to correct one after one. You might have a problem with that and you might not be able to get what you're doing. But once you're doing them simultaneously as you go, you should be able to correct whichever and whatever is giving you problem along the line. Once I'm done with highlighting my brows with the lighter one, I go in with either the shade of my foundation or a one shade darker than I am. For this video, I'm going to be using the BM Pro Oil Free Foundation in the shade Dark Coffee for the front part of my brows and the top of my brows. I do this so that I can blend easily when I wear my foundation. Also, it aids your contouring. When you want to contour your nose, it aids it. Then for this part too, same thing. Once you are done with this part of the process, you go in with your fluffy blending brush to blend out every harsh line and for it to have a seamless look. For my blending, please note, for the lighter shade, try not to go in so much so as to keep the consistency, and it's going to be able to stand out better. I'm only blending the lower part of the lighter part very well. I'm not going into the concealer itself. Same thing here. I'm just going to blend out the harsh line here and blend these ones in very well. Try not to go into the lighter part in my brow bone area so as to keep the consistency and to make it stand out better. That is that about that. For the top of my brows, I'm going to continue using the BM Pro foundation in Dark Coffee. That's like my shade. It's just like a bit darker than me, but it's like my shade of foundation. So I'm going to use it. Note how I place my brush. I place it flat on the top of my brows. For this part, your hands have to be as steady as possible. Try not to be shaky believe in yourself, believe in whatever you are doing, and stay true to it. Try not to be shaky, just steady your hand and move on. If you notice, I'm kind of blending it as I go by, so even when I have to blend, I don't have an issue at all. Makes your brow more natural. Unlike when you use a lighter shade of concealer, it's just going to be too obvious and your brows don't look as natural as possible. Move on to the next eyebrow. Please note, eyebrows are sisters and they are not twins, so they are not identical, they just look alike. They are not identical. After this, I brush again to see if I like what I have. So after this stage, once I'm done, I do an optional step of using a brow gel or a brow tint to set my brows, to set the hair and put it in place. And that's it. We have come to the end of this video. I hope you've been able to learn a thing or two on how to draw your brows. I'll be waiting for you at the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what I should film for you. Yes, you. Thank you very much once again for coming by. If this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe as you leave. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you again. Thank you for always. See you in my next video. Bye.